Hey everyone, so this is kind of a less planned video. Usually, like with the last ones, I've edited a bunch of things and kind of put it together, but this one I thought I'd do kind of a sort of non-scripted, kind of off-the-cut sort of things. I've got a couple of notes, but that's about it. It's basically just a kind of update on everything that's kind of going on and how I guess we're all dealing with this, you know, overall pandemic that's happening in the world. Um, so, first of all, I'd like to just apologise for the lack of content. You would have thought, being stuck in a room all day with a bunch of instruments would mean that you'd be a bit more productive, but turns out, no, that's the opposite. I apologise for the lack of content, but even just before I had before everything sort of went on to lockdown, I was struggling with writer's block. Like, I had a bunch of lyric ideas down, and I even had some songs that were like halfway there, but like I just kept on hitting roadblock after roadblock. I just didn't have the motivation, just didn't have anything, and it just really, really annoyed me. I wanted to try and do something about it, and I tried looking up ways to get inspired, tried to do things, but none of it worked, and I was just not happy with it. So that was all happening even before all this kind of lockdown situation. So that's a bit annoying. I guess the next thing is kind of why the lack of motivation. So for those of you who don't know, like, this is not my only project. I'm also in a band called Who's Amy. We've had some recordings done since I think it was like September last year. While I was at uni, Amy and Lydia came up to Portsmouth where I was at, and we recorded the drums and vocals to Distance and Count Your Days, two of the Who's Amy songs. And it was up to me to record bass and to record guitar for them, finish them off and get them released. And I was like, no, I'm going to put Alone Without You on hold. I'm not going to record that sort of thing first, because this is, I need to focus on getting the Who's Amy stuff done, because I've been saying I'd do it for ages and I've just never done to it. But every time I do it, I just felt like I wasn't going to do it good enough, or like I felt that it wasn't going to sound how I wanted to in my head, and it just really, really annoyed me. So that's the main reason why I've just not got around to it, because every time I've wanted to work on it, I feel like there's just been a roadblock, or I've been overthinking it, and I've just decided that if I'm going to do it, I should probably just start from the ground up and kind of build it up from this, instead of having this grand master plan of like, oh, I want the guitars recorded this way and how it is. It's like, no, I need to let the performance go first and then just give the song what it needs. Saying that, I've also decided that in addition to that, I am going to continue just working on the Alone Without You stuff. Mainly because, like, I enjoy doing it, and obviously, it's something, especially in this situation, something I can do myself without anyone else around. So it's always a good thing. So I've made myself kind of a structure on how I'm going to make these, to hopefully speed up my workflow, and hopefully everything will go great. I guess the next thing I'm going to talk about is kind of what everyone can expect in the future. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do a video talking about my upcoming EP, which is all the songs I've currently got, minus a few new ones I've been writing in lockdown. So I'm not going to talk too much about it here, because I'm going to wait until I do a full video on that. But so those 5 songs is on an EP called Wish You Could Make Me Better, and I'm planning on hopefully getting it out around June-ish. There's a couple of songs that I've, are nearly there, and there's a couple of songs that just are nowhere near and just have caused me so many headaches just trying to put together. So my plan is just to kind of, during this time, just kind of sit down, focus, get inspired, finish them off, and, hopefully have something to release. I'll probably drop a couple of singles ahead of time, but otherwise it will probably be the same. And then, so that's one video that's going to be coming up. The second one is actually a video series. I plan on doing, sort of walking you through my songwriting process, everything from like writing lyrics to kind of to get all the rhyming metaphors and the flow and everything like that, and then how I go about making a beat, and how I choose what synths to use and what instruments to use, and then kind of my mixing and mastering process, and then how I go about artwork and kind of what inspires me there. So that's everything I can think of that I'm going to be trying to do in future. I thought at least if I video it and say I'm going to do it and post it, then at least I'm kind of holding myself accountable for this. But I guess in addition to that, it's just like this whole, I can't say the word because on YouTube that's, it doesn't go as well with the algorithm or whatever, but yeah, it's just been really bugging me. I've been feeling like really down about it. I've just been kind of annoyed. I've been kind of a bit upset. I work in a key sort of position, in one of these jobs, so it means I still go to work, which means, constantly mingling with the public and having to, deal with all those sorts of things. I'm okay, touch wood now, but I have no idea what the future holds, or I don't think anyone does, to be honest. But yeah, so I've just, in my head, I'm overthinking a lot of things, and I feel like, I just need to sit down, I just need to do it, and then one, it will not only will it help me with my own mental state, but it also mean I'll get some music out for you guys. So I'm kind of holding myself accountable, but also just kind of giving you like a really honest, sort of raw idea of what's going on. So feel free to, like and subscribe. Check out Sleepworking on Spotify if you haven't already. Check out the remixes by Milo and Aimless Corsair. They're both really, good friends of mine, and especially in this time we need all the support we can get. And yeah, so if you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe. If you're on Facebook, just like the page or like the post, share it around. Yeah, people just need to kind of understand these sorts of things. So hope you're safe, hope you're well, and I will catch you next time.